And good evening and welcome to our version of the Winter Classic. Kirk Carruth here on your high-definition Panthers television network along with Lisa Ambrose. We've taken the show on the road here to the Penguins Pond right down here in the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. The Fort Pitt Bridge there on the left and a brisk 29-degree evening, but fortunately no precipitation. And we're playing our arch rival here in the backyard brawl of Bethel Park. Bethel Park and Upper St. Clair literally knotted with virtual similar records, with Upper St. Clair sporting 5-1-1 to Bethel Park's 5-2 record here. So keys to any game played against Bethel Park is obviously the ability to score first. Bethel Park known for their defensive skills and can sport certainly a 1 and 2 goal lead and usually cling to that. Looks like we're having a little bit of a problem here with the goal staying on the mooring here, but Austin McGinty will get the start for Bethel Park, and he's sporting a little red orange little hat there, tassel cap. And on the far side, our senior all-star goaltender, number 31, Michael Ambrose. Yeah, probably is right. Lisa's son wishing he did have a tassel cap. Well, we've got the hand warmers on. So far, the feet are okay, but as Dave said, it's probably nothing worse than the temperature inside the ice castle, if you will. But this is quite a nice venue, and Lisa, you picked a great spot here for the cameras. You can see the city in the background, but boy, with no NHL playing and the clock is ticking there, this is normally when they have their Winter Classic around January the 1st, and this will be our version. This was a rescheduled game that was supposed to take place about a month ago, but with the Penguin Pond being outdoors, the temperature was not conducive to have the rink. And boy, I'll tell you, we've got aluminum stands here with half of it still having the snow on it, and got to be really careful going up and down the facility here. Kind of surprising that they're battling with this. You seem like they would have had this 5 minutes ago, but certainly don't want to delay in this temperature at 29 degrees. But Bethel Park will be in their away orange and black uniforms, and Bethel Park and the Upper St. Clair will be considered a home game for Upper St. Clair in their home whites trimmed in black and red. Now still battling here with the goal. It looks like the left mooring is not going into the ice. Both officials now trying to get this squared away. Leading scorers for Upper St. Clair, Austin Cassidy, now in the top 10, ranked 7th in scoring here with 7 games played with 12 goals, 9 assists for 21 points. And Daniel Mers continues for Norwin to lead the way, but he's got 4 games in hand with 23 goals, 12 assists, and 35 points. Bethel Park coming off an impressive victory against the team we will be playing tomorrow, which will be January 3rd, McDowell. And Bethel Park coming off a 10-0 victory on Thursday, December the 20th. So the Panthers have been playing some great hockey, and we'll see if they can continue this against Bethel Park. And this is a really big game that could set the tone for the season. And one of the frustrating things, as you well know, with the high school hockey level is that, you know, St. Clair has lost multiple players to amateur teams.
Yes.
And again, it's you often wonder if you had the services of a Timmy Shoup and a Luke Stork and a Michael Sweeney, how really commanding this team could be. But this is the Highmark Stadium. I guess where the Riverhounds play. Kind of a beautiful venue here. Have to come down for a Riverhounds game, but they've converted it to an outdoor rink called the Penguins Pond, and they have skating that takes place on a public venue. And now they've got the net totally upside down now, so not what you want to see in 29-degree weather. Okay, looks like they might get the show on the road here. All right, we're going to get a whistle here, and it looks like we're going to face it off here at center. And we play 17-minute periods, another new addition to the year.
Let's just add a little more for you.
Yeah, which is adding 2 more minutes of play to each period, 3 periods of 17 minutes in length. So far, so good. Body seems to be keeping warm. Hands are cold. But it's certainly a outdoor sport, and here we go. Face-off win by the Panthers, but that's going to be picked up here by number 17. For Bethel Park, which is their McClendon. Comes into the corner where it'll be picked up by Woomer. He'll scoot it around behind his own goaltender, and it'll finally be chipped back out to center by Upper St. Clair. Picked up here by number 18, Jameson. He's going to wrist it right back behind goaltender Ambrose, and this is where Bethel Park is extremely good at the forecheck here. They punish their opposing teams by keeping the pressure on, and it usually takes its toll by the third period, especially if you're short shifting, which a lot of times is done here at the high school level. Play comes around to the far board, and it's going to be picked up here by the Panthers. They come back on a mini break here, taken by Cassidy, and he's going to be pulled off his blade, and that'll be picked up here by Jameson, and he'll take it back to center and dump it where Bethel looks for a quick change. He is banked around, but unable to get it out of the Panthers, where it'll be played down deep by number 25, McVeigh. Still comes around the corner, and it looks to be kicked out by McCombs, but unable, and finally Upper St. Clair will skate it back to center. It'll be taken by Alibrand, and he'll dump it in our captain, where it'll be played around the corner by McGinty. Shot's going to go wide, comes into the corner where Puccetti will bank it back. He'll look for Crockett behind the goal. Heavy hit there where McCombs tries to help it out. Played by number 16 in the corner for Bethel Park. Yost, we've called that name before, defenseman. And finally he's going to come around to the far boards where he'll be picked up here by Jacob Ewing. That's going to be wristed on by Bethel, sticked aside by Ambrose. Neatly into the corner and picked up here behind the goal. Once again, Panthers unable to get it out of the zone where McVeigh tried to keep it. It'll be taken by Alibrand, and he'll wrist it around the corner, taken by Baradone. Going to be helped out there again by number 52, Coate. And the Panthers will be just content to shoot at the length of the ice, and McGinty will let it go by. And icing will be called with 14:10 remaining here in the first, and we're scoreless at 0. Yeah. I think the heaters are in order. Oh, and they're going to get a quick goal here. Right off the face-off, a little backhanded shot. Try to get a number here. Score by number, was that 19?
I can't tell.
Yeah, that was number 19. It's going to get the tally. Jacob Salek will get the goal right off a face-off win. Well, the all-important first goal. I'm not sure even if the Panthers have a shot on goal here yet, but Bethel strikes first and takes a 1-0 lead. Taking a centering pass, and that's just going to go by the mark. Good effort there by Bethel Park, and once again the forecheck is pretty commanding here. A heavy hit here on the corner, but dumped in neatly by Puccetti. He helped out here by Crockett. Right on loose in front. Golden opportunity. Oh, and that shot just went wide. And McCombs would like to have that one back. Kind of a weird little carom, Lisa, off the corner. It came right back to the slot area from about 15 feet. And the Panthers with an excellent opportunity, but that shot just went wide. Picked up here again by Boyd at center. He's unable to control. And that'll be kicked in where Colcom will play it. He'll wrist it behind the goal to the near board. It'll be gathered in here by the Panthers, but unable to get it out. And Bethel with an excellent job. Get it back to the point and to continue the forecheck. Right back to center, and that's going to be picked up here by Cassidy in a drop pass as he was looking for Boyd. Taken by Boyd, a wrister deflected. Oh, and that just went wide. Picked up in the corner by Ackerman and works it back to the point. Shot right on. A good save by McGinty. All upper St. Clair here as Boyd and Ackerman work it down deep. He comes around, and a good effort there at the point by Stork, and he keeps it in. Shot's going to go. Oh, another big save there by McGinty, and that's played by a high stick and finally cleared back to center. Good little flurry there by Upper St. Clair. Right back on the attack come the Panthers. The shot's going to go by the mark. Boyd avoids a check. Taken by Ackerman. It seems like the Panthers now have their legs here. Taken here by Cassidy, and that's going to come right off his mask. I think it actually may have gone under as he went to feel his chin there. Right back on the attack come the Panthers. Nice move there by Ackerman. Centering pass will go by the mark where Boyd will mix it up. Boy, this Panther line playing extremely well here against Bethel. And that play will come back to the neutral ice area, but it's gathered in. Oh, be careful here, a mini break. Taken down deep by number 25, a backhanded shot. Oh, and that's going to go in. And number 25 is going to get the tally. Jacob Worcester. And a little mini giveaway, and boy, those are the goals, Lisa, you don't want to give up. You dominate play in your attack zone for about a 2-minute period, and a little breakdown at the point where the defenseman lost his edge, and Bethel Park made no doubt about it, scored by number 25 forward Jacob Worcester, and he's going to get his 6th goal of the evening of the year, and Bethel Park goes off to a 2-0 lead. It comes back to center where that'll be played in by number 3, Taylor. And once again, just Bethel with 4 men back and 1 man in the center, and this is where it gets extremely difficult to play this team. Yeah, it's almost like the Washington Capitol highlight film, the trapping, where they just, and what's so interesting about this Bethel team is they're so quick on their skates that they can afford to send 1 or 2 down deep and then get right back into the play. Taken here, another giveaway by the Panthers comes down by a shot by number 11, Kuzmara. And that's going to go into the corner. Going to be tied up on the near boards where Crockett will mix it up with a few of the Bethel Park orange jerseys. Finally going to be picked up here by McCombs, and he's unable to get it out. Finally, the Panthers just content to chip it back to center, and it'll be cleared the length of the ice. Icing will be waved off as they deemed the Bethel player could have controlled that. Taken here by number 18, Jamison. Comes off the corner boards where it's kicked back all the way to center, and that'll be played in by number 2, Wandell for Bethel Park. Finally going to be taken by Woomer, and he'll redirect it behind his own goaltender. And once again, the Panthers just struggling here in the transition game. And we're going to have a quick whistle here. And I think we're going to have an offside play with stop and play with 9:39 remaining here in the first. And the Panthers trail 2-0. He comes into the corner where Cassidy will mix it up, a pair of 18s in the corner. It looks like we're going to have perhaps a hand pass here, and that'll be flagged at the 9:25 mark, and the faceoff will come outside the blue line. Well, there is no wind here, but it is extremely cold. And no elements. Shot right on, good save again by McGinty with a quick whistle. And they'll face it off to the right of the Bethel Park goaltender. McGinty with 306 minutes played, 6 games, 4 wins, 2 losses, and sporting a goals against average of a respectable 2.17 and a save percentage of .893. Loose puck picked up here by Stork at center, but he's unable to control. Finally, he's going to come back to number 7, where that'll be played in by Kuzmara. And finally, the Panthers will start back. Taken here by Cassidy, and he'll rag the puck into the corner, and that's deflected off the glass by McGinty. Picked up here by number 19 for Bethel Park, Salick. And Ackerman will help out, but it's still loose behind the goal, where finally Alibrand will get it, but unable to get it out. Kicked right back in by the left defense, number 11, Lesnak. And that puck's going to come off the backboard and right on the glove hand of Ambrose, and he'll hold on with a stop and play. 8:25 remains in the first. Panthers still trail 2-0.
It didn't take long.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any feet warmers, but I tell you, I could certainly use them. And we got to get through one more period before we'll probably have an opportunity. Probably standing on aluminum doesn't help. I think there was another game in a week, and I said, Dave, we'll do the Mount Lebanon indoor game instead. But
yes.
One and done, huh? Well, Panthers need a quick strike here. They don't want to get down 3 goals to this really tough defensive-oriented team with obviously a big-time goaltender in the pipes, too. Play taken here in the corner by number 2, Wandell. And that's going to be shot the length of the ice by the stick of Woomer. And they'll wave the icing off as Bethel will go on a wholesale change here. Skated back to center, but nobody to pass it to. It comes right on the tape of number 18, Jamison. Going to wrist it back behind the goal, where Stork will pick it up, and he'll collide with a Bethel player. Picked up here by Woomer, and boy, has he really picked up his skating skills this year. Taken across and shot in by Stork, and he tries to get his own rebound on an aggressive play by our defenseman, but he'll hold on. And we'll have another stop and play with 6:52 to go here in the first. Don't think about it. It's cold. Don't think about it. Face-off controlled by Bethel Park, where he banked out of the zone. Picked up here by number 17, McClendon. Shot right on. Good save there by Ambrose, and the rebound comes right back to him, and he'll hold on. And again, we'll have a stop and play in the attack zone for Bethel Park. And the faceoff will be to the left of our Panther goaltender. Ambrose, all 7 games played with a 5-1-1 record. And again, a very respectable save percentage of .895 and a goals against of 2.93. Taken by the Panthers, and they get it back to center on a give and go where Boyd will take it. Good pass there onto the far corner where taken by Ackerman, and a shot's going to be right on, but the whistle came ahead of the shot. Cassidy lobbying to the official. And they're going to face it off just outside the blue line. Face-off controlled by the Panthers where Boyd wins another. Boy, and he's been a stellar face-off guy, probably the best on the team for the Panthers. And you got a little outdoor train going by, part of the ambiance. Really a nice venue, and they very well lit with only 2 light standards on. Taken by Cassidy, and he looks to get a wrister, and that's going to come off the mark where it comes into the corner. And once again, Bethel just closes with tremendous presence here on the ice. It seems like they've got 2 or 3 players in the corner, and then you figure there's got to be somebody open. But they always seem to find a way to get back into position. Good play there by Colcom. He'll just wrist it back to center, and that'll be played into the corner. He looks for Boyd, but unable to connect. Taken by Lesnak, and he'll just be content to get it back in the zone, and he backhands it once again across the blue stripe. Picked up here by Ackerman. He tried to chip a little 9-iron to Cassidy, unable to control. And once again, that play will come all the way back behind goaltender Ambrose, where Woomer, will play that into the corner. Colcom's going to lose his edge there. Play is loose, going to be picked off here by Bethel. Back to the point where Lesnak will take a drive. It's still loose, and finally back to center skates Cassidy. It's going to be helped out here by number 52, Koch, as he'll mix it up once again with 3 Bethel Park jerseys. And finally, Bethel will skate out, taken by number 25, and he'll wrist at the length of the ice, Worcester. And that'll hit. Wow.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Not sure if they have meshing back there or what, but if they don't, it's on the frozen pond.
Where the kayak
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like chasing a Barry Bonds home run in the river, huh? Taken by Crockett now as he attempts to get it out of the zone, and once again, good play there by Puccetti as he wrists it back to center, but once again, Panthers kind of struggling out of their own zone here. We picked up here by number 2, Wandell for Bethel Park, picked off by Puccetti. He gets it back to the point, but unable to keep it in is Leiden. And he's going to redirect it across to his defense partner, and that's how you do an outlet pass, right on the tape of Crockett. And a good shot on, but a very easy save by McGinty, and he says no. And we'll have another face-off with 3:35 to go. Panthers trail 2-0. Uh-oh, breakaway here. Be careful here. Shot on. Oh, it's loose, and he's going to ram it home. The 22 is going to get the tally. Jacob Ewing, as he followed up a shot by Worcester. And Ewing will get the third goal here on a rebound that came right in on a breakaway by Worcester. And the Panthers now trail 3-0.
Hey, do you have any heaters? Sit your dad and look.
Face-off controlled by Bethel Park, where it's kicked in by Worcester. And the Panthers find themselves in a deep hole here, down 3-0. Shot's going to go the length of the ice, and icing's waved off. It's going to be picked up here by number 25, Worcester. Shot the length of the ice, and icing will be called, and they'll bring it back to do it again. You need this guy? You need that guy?
Oh, I think I'm good.
Okay. We got Guy Junker in the booth, so it's big time now. Face-off taken here to the left of McGinty, and that's controlled by Bethel Park, where it's rammed around the far board. Play is still loose, and a good effort there by McCombs as he keeps it in. And once again, Bethel Park just swarming to the puck. Taken here by number 11, Lesnak, and he's going to wrist it back to center. That'll go the length of the ice, and Ambrose will be forced to play it, and he'll hold on with 2:23 to go here in the first. Face-off will be to the right of Ambrose. Controlled neatly by Bethel Park, back to the point where Lesnak will take it, but that'll come out of the zone, and he'll be flagged for an offside. And they'll do it again just outside the blue line. Good face-off win there by Boyd. He'll draw it all the way back to the defensive zone where Woomer will play it. Chip back to center, and here comes Boyd on a rush. He'll take it wide. He's got a trailer into Ackerman, unable to control. Takes it around the far board where Cassidy will play it. Deflected back by Cassidy. Boyd on a give and go right to Cassidy. Oh, mine, he's pulled down. Nice shot, but that's going to go by the mark. And finally, Bethel just content to get it back to center. Good effort here. Panthers with a little mini flurry here where Ackerman controls. Taken by Cassidy, and he'll dump it the length of the ice where Ackerman will be first. He centers it right to Stork. Back on the blade of Ackerman, and he has time. Shot to Cassidy, unable to control. And boy, another golden opportunity for the Panthers. But unable to cash in where Cassidy shot that wide. Back to the point, a deflection in front. McGinty with the save. Picked up here by Boyd, and it's all Upper St. Clair. Back to the point, and a drive is going to be blocked in front from the point, and a little mini break again for Bethel as they skate back. Good effort there by the Panthers, and right back on the attack comes Upper St. Clair. And picked up here again by Ackerman on an extended shift here with Boyd. Good hit there at center with Lesnak and Ackerman as they collide. And finally comes back where Lesnak will take it back into his own zone. Backhanded effort here where Cassidy will pick it up at center, and he gets the motor going, the left-handed shot. Avoids 2 or 3 hits at center. Picked up here in the corner where Leiden will look to play it. And once again, Panthers seem to be battling against 1 and 2 jerseys at all times. Picked up here by number 7, Kuzmera. And all the way back to center where that's cleared the length of the ice where Alibrand will look to contend with the puck where McCombs gets it back to the neutral ice area. Right back on the attack comes Bethel Park with number 17 across the board, McClendon, and we'll have a stop and play, and that'll do it here for the end of the first. And the Panthers still trail 3-0. And here we go. Second period underway. Very slippery stands here. People need to hold on. Just amazes me. We were talking about it earlier, Lisa, when if there was a Steeler game to be played, you wonder how they can clear 8 inches of snow in a 65,000 seat stadium. But I know in the past when Three Rivers was around, they would ask for volunteers and they would bring their shovels and pay them whatever. But I'm sure they use conveyors and stuff. But boy, you see that game they had on Sunday and didn't even see any snow in the facility and probably hauled it away with dump trucks. Right back on the attack comes Bethel Park here as they change ends. It's going to be picked up here in the corner by number 17, Syak. Actually got a correction here. He's listed as Louis McClendon on the scoring sheet, but that's actually Chris Syak, number 17. Taken and shot all the way in where Luke Stork. I was talking about Luke Stork earlier, but Logan Stork will play the puck. Same number, if you will, 17 and 17. Taken by Cassidy, and he's unable to control, and that'll be kicked in. Oh, a shot right on, and a good save there by Ambrose as Syak had an opportunity from 15 feet. Taken again here by Bethel, and he's going to take a big one-timer and a big-time save by Ambrose. Play is loose where it'll be picked up by Stork, and a heads-up play as he'll backhand it on the corner around to Puccetti. He's going to wrist it all the way down where Crockett will look to control. Gets it behind the goal. Oh, right in front. Good opportunity there by McCombs, and he's unable to cash in from 5. Centering pass comes around the corner. Again, a shot by Puccetti. It's loose. And another good opportunity there for Upper St. Clair, but unable to cash in. Good effort there by Leyden. He kept it in temporarily. But Bethel content to clear it the length of the ice, and they'll be guilty of an icing call. And with 14:25 to go in the second, Panthers still trail 3-0. I'm just not a cold weather person, I guess. I often wonder how people do these Steeler games and stay warm, but I'm layered pretty good, and it's still pretty cold out here. Yeah. Yeah, my South Carolina trip is calling in 2 weeks, so I'll thaw out a little bit down there. They'll come all the way to the attack zone for Bethel Park, and a good little move there. Taken by number 16, Yost, as he's down deep, defenseman. And he's unable to control, and that'll come back to Cassidy as he one-times it over to Ackerman on a little bit of a give and go. And Bethel once again just quick to close on the puck. He comes all the way back to the Panther zone here where Leyden will play it. A little dangerous move there, a little giveaway, and a shot's going to go right on, deflected in the corner by Ambrose. Play comes out to the corner, and that shot will go wide by Bethel Park. Picked up here by Ackerman, and he's going to wheel and deal around the defense, and he gets it back to center. Right back on the dump is Bethel, and they'll punish the Panthers here by continuing the offensive attack here, taken by Cassidy, and they really make you work, Lisa, to get the play out of the zone. Taken by Ackerman, but he's a one-man show on the left-hand side, unable to control, and that's picked up here again by Bethel Park, and they'll shoot it the length of the ice, and they'll be guilty of another icing call with 13:02 remaining here in the second. Face-off taken at center ice by Alibrand, and he'll backhand it into the corner. Helped out here by Koch, and he has a good effort there to get it on the tape. From number 42, Grimm. Play comes through the center ice area where it'll be picked up by Colcom. Unable to get it out, and Bethel with an excellent job to keep it in. He'll wheel and deal, and a wrister from 15, and that's kicked into the corner by Ambrose. Play is going to be picked up here by number 19, Salek. And he'll kick it back the length of the ice here where number 24, Cognac will play it. Play is still loose in the center ice area where Alibrand will play it. Picked up here again by Crockett, back to Alibrand. And you got 4 Panthers on the left side and unable to control. And a little bit of a give and go here between the white and orange jerseys. He's still down deep here where Alibrand headmans it to Crockett over to Puccetti. And once again, Bethel just content to sit on a 3-0 lead here and let the Panthers bring it to them. Panthers with a good opportunity there where Crockett will shoot a wide angle shot, but that'll just go wide. Still loose down deep. Back to the point where Stork will do the spinorama move, and he'll avoid 2 Bethel jerseys, still controls. Gets it to Crockett with a centering pass, and a good save by McGinty as he'll trap it against the back of the net. And he'll hold on with 11:01 to go here in the second. Well, I've got a dilemma. Do I take the hand warmers and go to the feet? Or do I tough it out for 11 more minutes? This is bad. This is really bad. I've got some in the car, but they're not doing me any good right now. So we'll hope for a quick break here and a mad dash to warm up. Oh, taken to Bethel, and that was coming right at us, the souvenir, and that hits the meshing. And with 10:43, we'll face it off again in the attack zone for Bethel Park. Now, if it gets bad enough, we'll just go voiceless and camera personless in the third period. And they may say that's a blessing. Well, we got to keep the toes. We got to keep the toes to play another day, that's for sure. Oh, a little nifty little move there, and boy, a wrister shot wide by Syak. It comes around the far board where it'll be picked up here by number 2, Boyd, and he'll take a power move into the corner but unable to control. Play comes back again to center. Picked up here by Stork as Bethel goes on a change. Heavy center ice collision there with the Bethel player. Stork got the worst of that exchange. Tried to return the favor, right back on the tape, and unable to control is number 16, Yost. Shot going to be right on, kick back in the center, and a big drive. Oh, and a good deflection, goes right up, and oh my, almost in. And Alibrand saves it at the last minute. Hit the blocker of Ambrose and scooted over his head and was camped on the goal line, and a heads-up play there by Alibrand to help out his goaltender to keep the deficit here to 3. .934 remains here in the second. Taken by Leiden here. Down deep, play comes back to center where it'll be picked up here by Woomer. He's going to chip it back to center where he'll connect with McCombs on a headman play as he'll look for Puccetti. McGinty will play it into the corner. Picked up by Upper St. Clair. And finally back to Bethel, and they'll bank it around the near board, but unable to get it out with some good forechecking here by the Panthers. Finally, a nice little outlet pass back to Bethel Park, and they'll string it wide. Going to be taken by Yost, and again, a pretty aggressive play as he'll drive it down deep. Comes back to center, picked off here by Puccetti, and he looks to get the magical touch back, and that shot's going to be right on, and a good save there by McGinty. And he'll hold on with 8:33 now remaining in the second. Panthers still trail 3-0. Play is taken by Alibrand, and he'll redirect it forward. Play goes wide into the corner, and a heavy hit there with Stork, and he'll mix it up with a couple of the orange jerseys right back to center where Boyd will take it across. A little bit of nifty drop pass towards Ackerman, and that's going to come off his blade. Taken in the corner by the Panthers, where Boyd will play it again. Back to the point, and Stork will keep it in at the blue line and drive it down deep where Cassidy will look to play it. And finally, Bethel content to kick it back to the center ice zone. Now, this is classic Bethel Park. Impressive thing about Bethel this year, not known for their big scoring games, but they've got a few big outputs with the 10-0 game against McDowell. And 3 goals here against, so far, the Panthers. They had a 7-goal output against Seneca Valley, winning 7-1. And right back on the attack, a good shot on. Oh, good right pad save there by Ambrose, and he saw that all the way. He kicks that back all the way to the neutral ice area where it'll be picked up by Koch. He takes it on the off wing, and he goes to the backhander, gets that shot, and looks like we're going to have a little bit of extracurricular there in the center ice, center of the crease area where Cassidy will collide with the Bethel goaltender, and we'll have a stop and play. And with 6:57 to go, we'll face it off in the Bethel Park zone. Face-off controlled and chipped the length of the ice, and that'll be icing, so we'll do it again as that puck was on the edge. And my cameraman is fading quickly. This is really, really bad. Yeah, well, I'm right there with you. This is really, really extra duty for sure. Oh, big heavy collision there at center again. Koch will go down. Taken by Bethel. Shot's going to be deflected on the glass, and a couple of the fans kind of winced as they thought it was coming towards them. Taken by Woomer, and he'll chip it ahead to center, but unable to control. And Bethel just content to play catch with the Panthers as they'll redirect it behind the Panther goaltender where Colcom will pick it up. Outlet pass right on the tape where Baradone will control at center. He's going to take it and wrist it down deep where the Panthers will go on a change here. Kick back to center where Bethel Park will take the rush. Left-handed shot. Big move there. Oh boy, and a collision there with Sayak. Backhanded shot's going to go by the mark. And that'll be just deflected into the meshing, and we'll have a stop and play with 5:42 to go here in the second. Crockett will take the draw here, controlled by the Panthers, where it'll be picked up here by Leiden. Redirects it on the near board, where unable to connect with his winger, Puccetti, and they'll drive it right back down behind the Panther goal, where Alibrand will pick it. And he'll play catch with Leiden. And Alibrand will lead the rush back to center. But he's got to beat 3 orange jerseys, and that's how Bethel Park closes on you. And they make you pay. Little mini break here, 2-on-1. Oh, and he went down too deep. Very unselfish play there by number 25, Worcester, as he gave it up for Yost, but he was in too deep. And they had a mini 2-on-1 that developed, but to no avail. 4:54 remains here in the second. Taken by McCombs, and he'll drive it behind McGinty. Helped out there by Puccetti, and once again, Panthers unable to really get many quality scoring opportunities here today. And it seems like they're playing in the perimeter, but nobody in the middle. And once again, the speed of Bethel Park makes that extremely difficult to get position, because it seems like before you know it, they're right on top of you, and they've got multiple players doing the job of 1 or 2. Deflected in front. Oh my, and another good opportunity there where Syak looked to play it, but that came off his blade. It'll be picked up here by Woomer, and he'll bank it back to center. And we're going to have a whistle here, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. That's going to go against Bethel Park. It's going to be an interference minor. That time of that penalty will come at the even 4-minute mark. And that's going to go to number 25, Jacob Worcester. And the Panthers, with the turkey on the table, will go on a power play of their own. Panthers now skate 5-on-4, where that'll come to Stork on the left wing. Picked up here and helped out by Ackerman. Controls neatly behind the goal. Back to the point where Ackerman will look to control, and he'll fan on an attempt to get it to the corner. Taken to Alibrand, right over to Cassidy, and he'll wrist it, and that's going to go high and wide, and that'll hit off the back glass. Still controlled by Ackerman. Dishes it into the corner, where Alibrand will take it on a screenshot. It's loose. And a good save again by McGinty, as he'll hold on with 3:26 to go in the second. 121 remains in the man advantage.
I can't feel my toes right now.
Back to the point. Nice face-off win there by the Panthers. Oh, a big drive by Ackerman, and number 23 gave up his body there. Schmidt. And it looks like we're going to have another stop and play here. Looks like we got another minor penalty on a slashing call. That's going to go to number 23, Schmidt. And the Panthers now, with their turkey on the table here, are going to have a 5-on-3 advantage for the next minute and 8 seconds. Time of that penalty will come at the 3:13 mark remaining in the second period. And the Panthers need to cash in here, Lisa. With a 3-0 deficit here, this is a golden opportunity for Upper St. Clair to get back in this game. You have the blimp at the stadium games, and we got the helicopter hovering above this game. So they're bringing out all the brass for this one. Now, if it was about 30 degrees warmer, it would be perfect. But what a setting, though, with the city in the background. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. No, we should be okay. They are back in action. The Panthers here 5-on-3 now. They're going to work it on the high point with guy in the middle and a kind of a little diamond approach here. Taken by Cassidy, and he looks to wrist it, and that'll come into the corner. Oh, good play there by Bethel, and another excellent play by Alibrand to keep it in, but unfortunately here comes a mini break, 2-on-1 with Cassidy back. Little give and go, shot right on, good save by Ambrose, and a rebound, and oh my, they're gonna get a short-handed goal. Syak's gonna get the tally, and a back-breaking goal by Bethel Park to the Panthers on a 5-on-3 situation. And oh my, that goal will come at the 2:41 mark. And not too often you get a shorthanded situation when you find yourself at a deficit of 5-on-3. But to the credit of Bethel Park, they created a mini break opportunity and they cashed in. And Syak's going to get the goal, and a devastating blow to the Panthers. And it's like they might have called a timeout here, or they're still trying to maybe get the penalties fixed because they took both the penalties off the board, which is not correct. Well, we've got to get some feet warmers or this third period is not going to happen, I'm telling you. This is very, very difficult. Okay, and they're going to face it back here at center, and they're probably going to manually keep the penalty time here. It's still 5-on-3, and the Panthers find themselves now in a really deep hole, down by 4 goals. Big hit there in the corner taken by Jamison as he'll mix it up, and Boyd will get in the action. Be picked up here by number 2, and he'll leave it for Stork in the corner, back to the point where Ackerman will set it up. He'll take a drive, and that'll go wide. Comes by the board where Cassidy will pick it up here in the corner. He fakes a shot on a give and go with Boyd. Looks to center it, but nobody home, and Bethel shoots it the length of the ice. And Ambrose forced to play it, and he'll leave it for number 91, Ackerman. And he'll lead the rush back to center with 2 minutes to go here in the second. Play comes off the board, and a good effort there by Bethel, but a better play by Cassidy to keep it in at the right point. Taken in the high slot, the shot on, score! And Austin Cassidy's going to get a power play goal here. Good effort there, all by Cassidy. Kept the play in at the right point. And he takes a power move to the slot, and he wrists it from 20. And Cassidy will get the goal to get Upper St. Clair on the board here at the 1:46 mark. And the Panthers now trail 4-1. Now the good news is that penalty, that power play goal came on the first penalty, so the Panthers still enjoy a one-man advantage here. It's loose in front, it's still loose, and a good save there by McGinty as he'll hold on. And we'll have a stop and play with 1:31 to go here in the second. I can't feel my toes either. This is not good. This is really, really amazing. Imagine if the wind was blowing. Yep. Well, never thought I'd say 1:25 to go quickly, but 1:25 remains here in the second. We'll have a little bit of a break, little mix up there with a pair of 19s as they kind of gave themselves the stick work. Little collision there with McCombs and center ice, where it'll be picked up here by Colcom. And he looks to get involved with the mix. A good play there by Colcom as he takes a shot on from the right boards, but blocked in front. Comes back to center where Colcom, oh, be careful here. Kind of lost his edge, but he regained control. Back where Boyd tried to play it. Chips it back, Bethel right back on the attack where he'll try to beat Woomer, and he leaves the puck with nobody home, and Crockett will pick it up. Bank back in behind goaltender Ambrose, and Woomer will take a heavy hit as he'll mix it up with number 19, Salek. Finally going to be taken by Colcom, and he'll backhand it around the corner to number 19, Puccetti. And once again, Bethel just content to shoot it in, and this might do it here with 14 seconds to go. And hopefully no whistle. We'll get out of Dodge and try to warm up. And I think that's going to do it, folks. The period will come to a close, and we're going to shut it down here with the Panthers trailing 4-1, and we'll be back for third period action in a moment. And we're back. Yes, we are back. Okay, we had a downed cameraman. Lisa went down twice. I found only one set of feet warmers, and we're getting salt thrown, and this is bad. So if we go silent here, folks, this might be the first broadcast that ends in a flurry here. Oh my. Well, Panthers now skating 5-on-5, still trail 4-1 here. Panthers with a good opportunity, and they got back in with a nice power play goal there by Cassidy, but unfortunately they gave up a shorthanded goal on a 5-on-3 situation that propelled Bethel to a 4-0 lead. And that may be tough to get against this team, but anything can happen. The one thing about this team that I've noticed, when they get down, you think they'd hang their heads, and you look at that Cannon Mac game, and that was a classic. You had a 1-0 lead, and the Panthers ended up having a 2-1 lead, and then ended up going down and fought back to tie it up and forced that game to overtime against a pretty prolific scoring and pretty much a big pedicure team in Cannon McMillan. Play is taken here by the Panthers, where Stork will look to center it to Ackerman, unable to control. Play is taken by Ackerman, a centering pass shot. Oh my, and Cassidy with a golden opportunity, and that just shot wide, and I think he'd like to have that one back. Had a point-blank shot from about 15 and unable to cash in. Back on again, a shot's going to just whistle wide. They're peppering the shots on goal here this period, but unable to get them on the net. Kept in neatly. A nice play there by Boyd on a give and go. Right back to Boyd. Comes off his blade. Going to be helped out there in the corner by Bethel Park, and finally back to center. And it's been all Upper St. Clair for the first 3 minutes of this game. Third period. And finally chipped back to center and cleared the length of the ice where Stork will play it. And he's going to be chased back where a pair of 17 Sayak will play it with them. Left-handed shot's going to control, and he'll center it. Unable to cash in, and back to the point comes Bethel on a delayed offside. They'll chip it in the length of the ice, and icing will be called against the Panthers. And they'll touch up with 13:47 to go here in the third. Panthers still trail by 3. Face off to the right of Ambrose, and that shot's just going to whistle wide. Good effort there by the Panthers to get it back to center. Bodies all over the ice, going to be picked up here by the Panthers. Play is in the neutral ice area, where once again Bethel just content to sit on a 3-goal lead here, and they're going to make Upper St. Clair do all the work here. And once again, just really tough when they almost send one point guy in and have the wings just really collapse in the corner. Very well coached team here in Jim McVeigh, who's been a salty veteran for many a year with multiple Penguin Cup PIHL champions and state championships. I will tell you, I had the pleasure to see the new Bethel Park basketball facility against the Upper St. Clair Panthers. And that facility for Bethel Park is some basketball arena. And they were pretty much outgunned and outmanned by the 6'11 senior, and I think also a 6'6 or 6'7 player for Bethel Park who towered over the Upper St. Clair basketball kids. But that is some facility. It's almost like a college atmosphere where they've got the St. Clair and the Bethel fans on either end, and they just chant back and forth. It was really quite a spectacle to see, and it was very enjoyable. Chip back once again. Bethel just content to play defense here. And this is one thing that the Panthers could have ill afforded to do, is get down not only by 1 goal, but to get down by 3 is going to be a tough mountain to climb here. Did you get your feet warmers?
I got feet warmers.
I know, I've got 2 myself, but I'm not sure if they're working either. They'll come into the corner, a loose puck giveaway. Oh, shot on him. Big Ben struck 1 there as Bethel rang it off the pipe. And picked up here by Cassidy, and he'll skate it back to center, and he'll beat 1, try to beat 2 Bethel defensemen, but right back on the tape on a wide angle shot. Here comes Boyd with a wrister. Oh my, once again the Panthers just really struggling to hit the net here. That shot went high and wide. Taken by Syak, and he'll take it back to center. Takes a power move, and he drifts it wide. Good save there by Ambrose as he came out to cut the angle down. It comes back to center again here, where it's picked up here by Ackerman. Backhands it, and Syak right back on the attack here. Takes a big move, and a good defensive effort there by the Panthers. And it looks like we're going to have a minor penalty here. And it looks like the Panthers are going to be guilty here. Number 17, Stork, will get the minor penalty, and we're going to have a slashing minor. Time of the penalty will be at 10:30. And that was odd. 5 seconds elapsed on the penalty time without the clock moving here. So maybe it's the part of the mercy rule here. Time of that penalty will come at the 10:30 mark. That's really random that the penalty time moved and the game clock did not. Well, they'll play catch up. They're on that, and they did. So 5 seconds elapsed on the game clock without the penalty time moving. So we are in sync right now. Shot's going to go on. Good save there by Ambrose as he got the right pad down. And a good effort there by the Panthers to clear the zone. I love the orange tassel cap by McGinty. You'll wonder if that's part of the code. Back to center, and a wrister right on. It's loose. And a good effort there by Alibrand as he'll clear the zone and takes a little funny carom off the corner, and definitely a Panther break there as it was cleared the length of the ice, where it'll be picked up here by Bethel Park behind the zone. Taken by Syak, and he going to just headman the play to himself on a nifty little pass past Ackerman. He takes it the length of the ice. Good effort there, but that shot's going to come off a Panther defender in front and clear right back to Cassidy, and takes a backhanded shot. He's got Ackerman trailing on the off wing, and he'll poke it ahead to himself. Finally going to be picked up by an orange jersey, and he'll skate it back to center. Not as bad this period. I don't know if it's a delayed effect, but the feet are actually, maybe that little break took a little bit of a break. Shot right on, and a wrister by Syak from the off wing, and a good save by Ambrose, and he'll hold on. And a quick moving third period with 8:53 to go. I think we're going to be able to make it, Lisa. Yeah. Hopefully there will not be ill effects for the game tomorrow, and as your husband said, it couldn't be any worse than the temperature inside the ice castle. Yeah, that's actually a good point. And I wasn't a chemistry major, but the salt might have something to do with the cold as well. That's how they make ice cream, I know that, with salt. And here we go. Oh, good effort there, right on side, and Stork unable to control. That play will come back to center, and once again, Panthers had an excellent opportunity to try to cash in here. Good pass right across the blue line, but Stork got in a little bit ahead of the play here. Shot's going to go right on, and another good save here by Ambrose, as number 14 Widewack was able to shoot that on. Okay, we're going to stop for a battery. Okay, we're on. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulty here. 5:11 now remains here in the third, and we had the camera off for about 2 minutes as we tried to change the battery here, but looks like we might have got that corrected, and in the meantime, Bethel Park registered their 5th goal of the evening. I believe that goal came from Syak, number 17, and the Panthers now trail by 4. Pretty impressive Bethel Park team here this evening. Again, they got off to that all-important quick start here, but this is one team that you can ill afford to get down on, with obviously a big-time goaltender in number 30 for Bethel Park. And the backbreaker for, I think, the Panthers had to be the shorthanded goal, 5-on-3, where they registered their 4th goal. But McGinty playing an excellent game here, and Bethel enjoying, with 4:10 to go here in the third, a 5-1 lead. Play comes around the far board, where Cassidy will mix it up with a couple of the Bethel defenders, where it'll be played here by number 24. Cognac will get it out of the zone. Comes back to center, where number 8 will mix it up with Balcom. Taken now by number 14, Wojciak. And finally, Bethel just content. Number 11, Lesnak, will just drive it down deep. And with 3:25 to go here in the third, a pretty quick moving third period here with very few stops in play. Big hit there in the corner by Stork, and they'll mix it up. A little bit of a giveaway, and Bethel calls off the guard here, and they'll just play 1 man in and 4 back. Just a very difficult trapping defense to try to penetrate. Good effort there by Cassidy, but he can't beat 4 guys. It'll be played into the corner here by number 15, Scalise. And a little bit of extracurricular behind the goal. And with 2:35 to go in the contest, they'll skate away. And the Panthers now will find themselves with a minor roughing penalty. Stork, a little bit of a frustration penalty here, if you will. Stork will take a minor penalty at 2:35, and Bethel will go on the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. And they called a timeout. Thank you very much.
The only thing is that
Not sure who the timeout was called on, but that might fall under the category of when you get a team down, you want to stomp them.
Right.
And if that's the case,
Yeah.
I hope the memories are not short-term here.
Yes.
But a pretty uneventful game on a physical level, and a pretty mildly contested game. back and forth, but it looks like a timeout indeed was called. And with 2:35 to go here in the third period, Bethel will find themselves with the man advantage for almost the remainder of the contest. Face-off taken and controlled by the Hawks. Lesnak will look to play, and he'll take a heavy hit by Puccetti. Rister's going to go wide and into the corner where it's picked up by Bethel Park. Syak, who's been a big force for the Hawks this game. Shot's going to go on from a near distance, and a good save there by Ambrose in front with 2:05 remaining here in the third. Back to the point, and a wrister faked by Jamison. Back to Lesnak, and a shot's going to go wide. Taken on the far board where it's picked up by Syak. A wrister from 15, and another good save in front by Ambrose. Back to the point, unable to get it out, where Jamison will play it back into the corner. Finally going to be picked up by Alibrand, and he rams it around the near board, but unable to get it out on a give and go. Be careful here in front. It's loose, and a good save by Ambrose, and he'll hold on with 1:33 remaining in the third and 58 seconds in the penalty to Stork. Face-off controlled by Bethel Park, where number 2, Wandell, will wrist it, but blocked in front. Comes back to the point again, and another deflection off the glass into the corner. Centering pass goes by the mark. Back to the right point where Wandell will wrist it. Another good shot on from close range, but a big save by Ambrose. Back to the point where Lesnak will tee it up. Sends it off into the corner, and a one-timer save by Ambrose. Into the corner, and finally skates back to center. The Panthers lead a rush back 3-on-2. Taken by Ackerman, and he's got to beat 3 orange jersey. He'll take a big hit in the corner. Picked up here by Bethel Park, where Lesnak will rag the puck back to center. Takes it across the red stripe and takes it far into the corner, and he'll check up. Centering pass with a backhanded effort. Oh my! And a good save as Ambrose looked behind him, but he's going to hold on. And with 34 ticks remaining, that'll do it for the man advantage. Back to skating 5-on-5. And we'll do it all again tomorrow night, where the Panthers will take on McDowell. Should be a relatively, one would think, easy contest. And the Panthers always play very well in their home rink at the Ice Castle. Very tough place to opposition to come in, and hopefully we can send them back on the I-79 bus to Erie. Well, this January 2nd, Happy New Year to everybody. Make 2013 a good year for you all. The fiscal cliff was avoided by our politicians, and the market celebrated with a big rally today, so that is quite pleasing to me. Well, a game will come to a close here, and the final score will be Bethel Park 5, Upper St. Clair 1, and this was pretty much over here in the first period with a dominating performance by the Hawks, getting off to that early 3-0 lead and the backbreaking shorthanded goal with the 5-on-3 advantage, and that pretty much sealed the fate for the Panthers. But nevertheless, always a pleasure to play this arch rival, and may see them again in the playoffs. So we're going to wind it down. We'll sign off here from Pittsburgh downtown, as they say, and we'll catch you again on the Panthers Television Network. Good night, everybody.